Okay, so we are actually going to do a van trip this weekend. We have a lot to share with you about what's happened over the last 6 months of our lives, and we're super excited to share all that with you. But I'm going to make a quick list so we can get a few things done before we hit the road today. The weather is amazing, and we're out at our land and in our pole barn, and might as well get a couple things off of the checklist. So number one, I have to actually roll up the old screens. Number two, we need to install the new trash bin we have. We need to actually move the seat organizer from one to the other. That's an easy one. Number four, probably the most difficult, but still going to be super easy, I'm guessing, is add the struts to the hood of the car. So what else we got, Amy? Number five, we have to actually plan our trip of where we're going this. Number six, I don't know yet, but we'll add that to the list as we get to that point. So here we go. We'll start doing the next things. So we got some new screens that we're going to actually show off during this trip as well. But we do have the original Storyteller right here, screens that came with the van. So if you have a Storyteller or a van that's, built out that's similar, and you're interested in these almost like new screens, we're happy to, if you just send us a direct message or reach out to us, we're happy to pass those on to you at a very discounted price. If you make a good case, maybe as low as free, or at least you're paying for the shipping. So they're good screens. They're just not great screens. So for somebody who is limited by a budget, or, looking for a fairly quality product, but not looking for the absolute best on the market, this is a great option. We have one for the side door and then one for the rear door as well. So the rear door one, amazing. Side door one, you kind of got to work with it. It works. It keeps the bugs out, but it's not the best thing you can buy in the market. Okay, so we got the screens, check that off. That was pretty simple. And when you see our new screens, you'll understand what we're doing. Down here, we have this cool map that we've always wanted to mount. So I'm gonna see if I can mount map as well. So that's the 6 things. We're gonna install some struts now. This is hood struts, basically, that are designed to slow the hood down or hold the hood up. And I'm gonna try this out. I haven't installed these before, but it should be pretty easy. We got a basic toolkit here, and I'll show you how it goes over the next couple minutes here. Okay, let me explain why you might want something like this. There it is. First off, the hood does not have anything that holds it up, so it's held up by you lifting it. This can be especially difficult if you're short, because, and especially if you have a raised van like we do, getting this up high enough to actually take this little stick and put the stick in here and lower it down. And you're going to need to do that quite a bit, because you definitely are going to need to do this, if you get what I'm saying. So you got to put your def in the front here. So having the hood struts removes the need for this piece here. So let's see how easy these go in. Okay, so all of the pieces, we have 2 brackets that are gonna go onto the actual hood. That's what those look like. We got 2 struts. And then we have a bag of additional components, which we'll see what those are for here in a minute. So, got washers, dart, Okay, so you're gonna need a 13 millimeter. And if you wanna learn more about our toolkit here, this toolkit has everything you would need to actually switch out the engine in a Sprinter van on the side of the road. Now, it's unlikely you're ever gonna need to do that, but I wanted to have every type of socket and every size that I would need to do a repair if I got stuck on the side of the road. So that's what we got here. That's the reason a lot of them look new, because I'm really just using them for this kit. And the reality is this was pretty affordable if you bought it in set. And the quality of the tools is high enough quality where you're not gonna hate yourself for buying something cheap and it cracks or breaks on the side of the road. So once again, we're gonna need a 13 millimeter. That's one thing we're gonna need. Everything's gonna be a metric on the van as well. So let me see if that's the same for what I need to hook it up to. So I need that there. And then these brackets look like they're gonna go on down here. So we'll see what size those are. I'm going into this completely raw. So just so you guys know. So basically I have a 10 millimeter and I have a 13 millimeter. The 10 millimeter is gonna need to be to remove this piece that's holding the fender on. And we're going to basically, with this, let's see how easy this is. I'm thinking it's gonna be super simple to install. So we're taking this bolt off the fender. If the whole fender falls off now, you'll see it live on TV. So you might want to stick around for 2 more seconds to see if that happens. And then the next, what we're going to do is we're going to mount this, and this needs to go up against the inside. So these ball joints or these balls need to face into the engine cavity. So we're going to take this off here, and we're basically just going to put it on there. Now, they give you a couple pieces of rubber silicone, and they say it's to make up play. And I think it's for this piece up here. So we're not gonna deal with this right now, right here. And I'll update the video if I find out that I did leave something out. Once again, I'm doing this completely raw. So we're just gonna tighten that up. I'm not gonna over tighten that right yet. I'm gonna do that in a minute. And then the next thing is you have this ball here, and this ball needs to face in as well, which makes sense because you want your pieces to both face inwards. Now, this is going to, I'm gonna need to get a stick or something because I need to hold the hood up while I'm messing around with this piece. So I'm gonna do that here in a minute. Be right back. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna actually put the strut on the driver's side first. So if you haven't done that yet, I would start with the driver's side. And then once again, it's just removing this one single fender bolt, which is a 10 millimeter. Let me just you undo it, put it in, and then make sure the ball is facing in. So it's super simple to do that. It took me less than 10 seconds. You're going to need a 12 millimeter and a 13 millimeter. So you need basically a 10, a 12, and a 13 millimeter. The 10 and the 13 should be sockets, and the, what is this, 12 should be a wrench, an open end box end wrench. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna install this other ball. Now with this ball, what you need to do is you need to take, they give you in the kit, they give you these little white rubber pieces that basically you need to make up the slop that's in this piece of the hood here. So all we're gonna do is take and put the black washer on the inside. We're gonna take that little piece of rubber that we cut to size, and we're going to put, once again, the ball is going to be towards facing the inside so that both balls are facing in. And then we're gonna actually put a washer and the wrench, put on the inside. Make sure we got all our stuff going the right way. Oh, look at me. So you are gonna actually need 2 box wrenches, both a 12 and a 13, just so you know. And once again, if you want to learn about our toolkit, let me know. We're using a product here. It's called Tecton, and these are almost, I feel like they're snap-on tools. Now I know I'm going to get tons of kickback on that, but my dad had snap-on tools, and these aren't much different, I'll be honest. So as one of them breaks right now. So really all you need, I guess, would be 3 open-end wrenches for this install. If I was doing this, like if I had already installed it and pretended like I didn't, I would just have 3 of these and I'd have a 12. And basically that would be all the tools you need for this install, except for maybe a knife to cut that rubber gasket, which you'll see in the video when you watch this amazing video, or you already seen probably. I'm gonna tighten this. I want it to be tight, but I don't want to over tighten it and break stuff. I tend to have gorilla strength here, and I think that's snug enough. That's all I'm gonna do there. And once again, a 10 millimeter will work on this piece here. I'm gonna pop. I'm just gonna tighten this down just a touch. I'm not gonna be strong enough to do that. So I'm gonna lift the hood beyond to connect it in. Well, let's see how strong these struts are. One of them is strong enough to hold it up while we're doing another one. Okay, so both are on now. Oh yeah, that's, maybe. So I have my ratchet here. I would encourage you to do the same. I'm just gonna make sure this is straight, and then I'm gonna tighten it down. As I said, I left that loose so I could make sure it's nice and straight. Once again, I don't want to strip this or break it or anything else, so I'm just gonna put a nice... I don't have a torque wrench, so I don't know how many foot-pounds or inch-pounds or anything like that. Now, I will tell you, one strut is not gonna be strong enough. As you can see, the hood's still closing. So we're going to have to get the stick that I was talking about. So I'm gonna go grab a stick and I'll be right back. Okay, recording? Okay, so when you're taking this out, just so you know, you have to get the little metal thing out of here and just kind of, you might want to get a screwdriver. I got pretty strong fingers, so I'm thinking I'm gonna be able to get this out without a screwdriver. Now that I said that, I probably definitely won't. Just shake it out. I have it. Started. So where we started, I have the stick and I have my mounting piece here. I have my 10 millimeter within reach, so I can adjust this if I need to. The two open end wrenches, once again, are what size? Let's see if Annie was paying attention.
I wasn't.
Oh, okay, so this bushing is way too big, so I'm gonna have to cut it down a little bit, just so you know. So this is like a soft rubber membrane, and I'm just gonna cut a little bit of that off without cutting a little bit of my fingertip off. All right, so that is done. Try that again. Just work it until you feel good. So that's perfect fit. Just put it on the hand. Once you get it pretty tight, then we can use, once again, the 13 millimeter and the 12 millimeter. So we got a 13 and a 12. Metric. Now, as I shared with you earlier, I don't have a torque wrench. But what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that that nut, the face of the nut, is equal with the end of the bolt. So if you look at that, I think that's a really nice tightness there. Once again, I have this in hand, and I'm going to pop this on. This is super easy to pop on. If you've never worked with any of these struts before, if you ever need to remove one, there's a little piece here that you have to put the screwdriver behind to pull it over the ball. So that's how you do that. So we're gonna put the top on, that these come off. So I would make sure that you go ahead and make sure those are tight on both ends before you install it, so you don't have a mishap on your hands. And now once I have this straightened, I'm gonna go ahead and just tighten this other fender bolt down. I mean, listen to this socket. It's amazing. It sounds just like I remember when I used to sit on my dad's lap changing oil in the backyard of our house. The nice snap-ons he had. So this is not a snap-on, but it sounds like one. I'll tell you that. All right, so now this whole hood magically is held with nothing other than these struts. So let's see if it did close. So I'm going to show you once again how it opens up. Let's see. Put it all the way up so I could get those connections on. So you can see anywhere from about here up is fine. If you need to get off from the side and push it up a little bit more, you can do that as well if you're shorter. And then the nice thing is you can kind of pull it down from the side too. But these struts seem to be perfectly balanced for this size hood. And as you know, this hood's pretty heavy. So great product so far. I'm going to test it out for a few days, do a couple changes with windshield washer and def and all that stuff. And then I'll give you my true assessment of this new product. But once again, I like it. It's amazing. It's so much easier than dealing with the little stick. I'm a big fan so far. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we finished the struts for the hood. That took, what would you say, Annie? Like all in probably 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
I'd say about 15 minutes to install those struts. That is all done now. So we're going to cross that off as well. That leaves planning the trip, mounting the map, moving the seat organizer, and installing the trash, which I feel really good about. But before we do that, I want to show you how we stack everything in the back of our van and the products we've chosen to use so far. Now, we're still debating on slide out trays and stuff like this, but these organizers work really well for us, and I'll show you what we got. So we're on the back of the van here, and I'm going to show you what we have in our garage. But before I do that, I want to show off our roll-off door organizers that we just had installed in Montreal, which if you haven't seen that video yet, I would highly encourage you to check it out if we've posted it yet. We're working on getting them up, but when we get it up, our Montreal video is going to be amazing. We got some great footage and we went to some really cool places. So once again, my toolkit. Now I'm running just front runner boxes. They seem to work really good. They're super durable. I've thrown them in the mud and sprayed them off. They're fantastic for that. And you can use them at camp and stack them up and put boards on them and stuff and use them for like kitchen and cabinet or kitchen stuff and tables and sitting on. They're so durable for all that stuff. So you get a lot of flexibility and everything van related you want to have flexibility. So the cool thing here is I throw these in. Now, if you look at our L-track, all I have is just those basic L-track connectors in here. And I run basically 3 across in kind of middle on these front runner pieces. So let me throw one of these boxes and I'll show you. So the reason I'm doing that is so it doesn't slide. And then I'm just going to throw the next box on the top. And I like to run 4 on this side. One of these is a dummy box. Now, I hope Annie always remembers, you know which one is, right?
Yeah, okay. I do.
So just know that inside one of these it will blow up if you open it. So that's just to avoid someone from stealing, or if they do steal from me, they get what they deserve. So once I get those in, I use actually this, which if you have never seen these things are awesome. These are called roller cams, Roller Cam Pro 2 or Roller Cam 2. And basically these are just like those straps, but they have like a roller piece. So you can get them super tight. I just pull that tight across there. And then I usually, this one's like the perfect length. I've been using it so long. It's amazing. And that's it. That one is done. And then the other boxes, which I'll show you here in a second. So the other 2 boxes, we have a total of 6 boxes. We could put more back here, but the other 2 boxes I just let float. Once again, between 2 of those L-track brackets. One of these could be the dummies too. You don't know which one it is. And then I just put that there. You can hear how it snapped on there. And that kind of just holds it from tipping. And that's enough to kind of make it work just fine. You can see that front runner fits there perfect. Everything is fitting really good. Now, one other thing I got that I'm like super proud of is we looked everywhere for a camp table, right, Annie?
We did.
And we tried a bunch of them out, and they were either complicated or they took up too much space, or they were
flimsy,
super flimsy, or they were just kind of overpriced big time. So I'm the kind of person that you get what you pay for, but this is the way to go, in my opinion. It's just a normal kind of plastic fold out table with just the legs that connect on. But this works amazing. It's not like those cheap card tables you buy, and the cost was right. I think it was like $50-$60. And this, look at this. It's perfect between, if you have your bar still, between your bar and, make a liar of me. Look at this. You see this?
I do see this.
Wait a minute. So there's a piece on here that story has to hold it up, but now it's in there perfect.
All right, good.
And the beauty of this is now it will not rattle. So no rattling.
No sounds. You don't like the sounds.
I don't. So one last thing. We have here, this is called, what is it called? Hardcore. And this is a solar panel that folds out so you can get some amazing solar. 200 watts, I think is the one I'm trying to say here. And we'll talk more about this when we actually use it somewhere on the site. We've used this for years with our other camper. I'm planning on using it with the Storyteller to keep it charged up. I already ran something into the Volta system, which I know I'm not supposed to do, but it did it anyway. Right, Ben?
Right on.
So, and then what we do is we just put this between the front runners and the other front runner. So that sits like in here perfectly as well. Oh, this is looking really good. Tetris. So the Tetris is all done. Now, this is a product we'll be talking about soon. It's called the Roll-F SW1716. You have no idea what this is. This is an amazing product. And we're going to show you how cool it is with our Storyteller soon. Okay, so I'm going to move this seat organizer we bought at Roll-Off as well. We've been looking for a long time. I've been waiting, and I encourage everybody. I know I got a lot of stuff on my van. However, I've been waiting to buy. Yeah, I don't just buy anything. I do a lot of research. A lot of people put seat organizers on very quickly, and I would have been the same, but I just never found anything that really hit our need. I'm sorry. And, you got to get used to the van and the way you live in the van before you just start buying stuff that works for other people. So one area where we were struggling to find a good solution for was trash and laundry. Those two things seem to take up a lot of space, and you really don't want those like under your bed. It's just, not a great place for it. So on the backs of the seats are really great places in our opinion. So, and I like to have the trash as close to the door as possible. It's just, to me, it almost feels like it's outside of the van the further it is. So we're going to put a trash on the back here, which I'm going to show you once we install that. But we got this rope, and the cool thing about this is actually a hamper bag. And the bottom of the hamper bag unzips, and you can let all the laundry out the bottom of the bag as well. So you're putting it in the top and it comes out the bottom. And then you do have a little bit of additional storage on the top as well. So you can store things like maybe stuff that you use. You can also take this off and bring it into the laundry if you want as well. These are held on really cool. They have actual just connectors that strap around each side of the seat here. So you have one of these that go under the seat and go around. And so you don't have just one belt that goes all the way across. You have two individuals. The quality of this stuff is like top notch. I can't say enough about it. I ran into somebody at a van show and they showed me their screens. And I was just like, after that, I was like, when can I get these? So we made a trip to Montreal. It was just coincidence that it worked out, but we went there, they installed them, and we'll show you that product as well and why we love it so much. All right. So we actually moved the seat organizer. That was pretty easy. It took less than 2 minutes. And now we're going to install the trash can, which I'm super excited. I had to wait for this for them to make more of them. And we'll let you know if we love it or not, but I think it's going to be pretty amazing. Okay, so a couple cool things. Number one, me and Annie really love these bags. Annie, are you a big fan?
I'm a big fan.
Okay, Annie is a big fan. Good. So we have 4 of these that we use for pretty much everything. The size of this one, just in case you get there, I don't know. I should check, but I will have to put it down in the post below. So if you do want to know the size of this, I will get you the size. We have 4 of them. They fit in the overhead perfect. They're great for like kind of bug out bags. We just throw some clothes in there. I usually have an extra toothbrush and toothpaste already in the side pocket. We're ready to rip. So big fan of these REI co-op bags that look like that. And he's got blue ones. I got orange ones. That's just what we do. Also, we have really cool stickers. So if you guys are into stickers and want to put a sticker on your van or at your house or on your notebook or whatever, we will send you a sticker if you reach out to us and just let us know. We'll connect up and we'll get your contact. Now, I don't know about world shipping. I just don't know about it. So if we can do that, we'll do it. If we can't, we won't, obviously. But if we want to get you a sticker, if you support us, this is our newest, coolest sticker. And we have other cool stickers as well. So there'll be a collection of those as well. So this is the product we're actually going to install here. It's made by Radius Outfitters. And I bought 2 pieces. This is the actual large trash can that we're looking at right here. And this is the cover. Now, they only make the cover for the large, just so you know. A couple things that I like about this piece. Number one, it is curved just slightly to follow the back of the seat. But also, what's really cool about it is it has this loop that basically you put the trash bag around the outside and then pop this loop in. So it stays nice and tight, the trash, and it still looks really good. And then also this cap goes over top so you're not seeing the trash all the time and everything.
I love it.
The only trade-off to this is Radius does not stain this to match my storyteller exactly. So I might have to stain this myself later, but it's a small thing to have to deal with, right, Annie?
I bet you will. I don't know if you can live with it.
Okay, I will try to live with it. I promise.
He won't live with it.
We got to stain this.
I know.
All right, so how do we do this? One other thing, just so you guys know, there's a zipper in here. So from the bottom, similar to our new hamper, but so you can take the trash out the bottom. So you're not trying to get all the trash out and ripping your bag and then making a big mess. So you basically just unzip the bottom, pull your trash out, get a new bag, and you're on your way.
Sweet.
So, no idea how this installed. So there's a thing here. Anything's here.
Are you lost?
It didn't come with any directions.
No.
I'm sure they have it on their website. I don't know what, so these are. Might have to go to the website and watch how they do this because, to be honest with you, I don't understand how this bottom, there's a long thing here. Oh, that links there. What's it connect to? Maybe underneath. Now we're just gonna rip with it and we're gonna see if we can figure it out.
Glenn's coming to help.
So I know I got to do that. I don't know what these are for. That's the thing that's throwing me off. Maybe it's for different styles. Maybe it's if you have a Molly rack on the back of your seat. Maybe it's for that. And then these, I'm assuming, and you know what happens when you assume. I'm assuming this just go around the actual seat. So, and if I want to create negative, I'm going to do that. Oops.
That's it.
The bottom one's going to be the question, but these are pretty easy. So
Okay.
probably lower this a little bit more. I want this so that it naturally sits. Now, when we get to camp tonight, I'll talk to you a little bit about. I'm going to leave those long for right now, but I might have to cut them or tie them or something. We'll figure all that out in a minute. We'll see if it swivels, if everything good. I guess that would be one issue, right? And when we have our chair swiveled,
True.
the trash will be in the back, so that'll still be fine. It just won't be as convenient. Okay, so we're actually done with projects here on the land. We just installed the trash, which was actually really simple to do. Basically, there's 2 loops that go around the 2 pieces that hold the head piece on the seat. And those loop around. Make sure, once again, you put them through the top or the lid piece. And then there's that single one that goes down. That you just need to find a place that's secure. Obviously, don't hook it to a wire and be an idiot. But hook to something that's solid as part of the bottom of the seat. So there's a white plastic mesh thing under there. I just looped around one of those pieces, came back up. And the nice thing about that is it holds the trash piece from going up and down. So it's part of the seat. It's pretty sturdy. So I'm super pleased with it so far. Unfortunately, we don't have trash bags for that. We've been using just outlawed. New York State doesn't allow plastic grocery bags, just so you know. So if you ever come to New York, you're going to get paper bags. That's just how it is. And you're going to pay for them too. So, but out of state, you can get them. So we usually use those for our trash bags. We used to hang it right here by the door. This is a much nicer looking install and we're super excited about it. We'll let you know how it works with the trash bag installed on this trip. So we've made it through basically 2/3 of our list so far. So we got to mount the map and we have to plan our trip that we're going on. The first place we are going is we're going to see Shar. She is in college. We're going to go visit her. We're going to surprise her. No, we're not going to surprise her.
Never,
she knows we're coming.
Never.
And the only reason she's even considering letting us come is because we have a new cell phone for her that we're going to switch her old one out with the new one. And it's just easier for us to do that than have her ship it and all that stuff. So we're going to go visit Charlotte. And then we're going to plan the boys' birthday weekend party, which is basically me and my son, the Papillon. So we'll have more about these cool places we're going to visit. We have some really good ideas. We're going to talk about it when we get on the road. Talk to you soon. Oh, before I go, this is the actual map that we're going to mount. So this is the guy. We're trying to figure out a way to put it on the ceiling with the overhead. If we can mount it there, that'd be really cool because then we have access so we can see it. And then it comes with a little guitar pick here that you scratch off the states. Now, we've hit a lot of these states already with this van. These are the states we're going with this van, obviously. And we've been to a lot of states that this van hasn't been to. We're not going to count those. So we're going to scratch these off as this van hits these states. And we'll go through and we'll scratch some of those off in advance to kind of catch us up to where we've been so far. And then bring you guys on the journey for the rest of the scratches. Talk to you soon.